Big banks are fined for letting workers use apps like WhatsApp. 3 Wells Fargo units agreed to pay a total of $125 million to the Securities and Exchange Commission, and BNP will pay $35 million, the regulator said Tuesday. The two lenders will pay $75 million each over similar violations by their derivatives brokers, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission said. In all, the CFTC announced penalties of $266 million on Tuesday, while the SEC said firms had agreed to pay it $289 million. Total fines for the probes into messaging practices have now crossed $2.5 billion since December 2021, making this one of the biggest financial enforcement efforts of the past decade. What began as a look at trading desks' use of chat apps has expanded into a look into all of finance's use of any kind of communication tool that doesn't save records appropriately. Hedge funds and private equity firms are also under investigation for their use of personal communication apps. Wells Fargo spokesperson Lori Kite said in a statement that the company was pleased to resolve the matter. BNP declined to comment. SEC officials said they were well aware of other companies that weren't complying. So here are 3 takeaways for those firms who haven't yet done so. Self-report, cooperate and remediate, said Gurbir Grewal, the SEC's head of enforcement. If you adopt that playbook, you'll have a better outcome than if you wait for us to come calling. Tuesday's slate of penalties is nowhere near the end of regulators' efforts to crack down on Wall Street's use of unmonitored messaging apps. A wide swath of firms has disclosed that regulators are looking at their messaging practices, including banks Fifth Third Bancorp and Truist Financial Corp., and the private equity titans Apollo Global Management Inc. and Carlyle Group Inc. Financial firms are required to monitor and save communications involving their business to head off improper conduct. When they don't, regulators say it's significantly harder to investigate wrongdoing. Their work is made even more difficult when bankers use messaging tools that delete communications automatically. Tuesday's actions follow a string of cases released last September. At the time, the SEC announced $1.1 billion in fines against companies including Bank of America Corp., Citigroup Inc. and Goldman Sachs Group Inc., while the CFTC said firms agreed to pay $710 million in penalties. In May, HSBC Holdings plc and Scotiabank settled regulators' probes into their communications practices, paying fines of $45 million and $22.5 million, respectively. Why Wall Street is in hot water for using WhatsApp? Quick take. On Tuesday, the SEC said that its investigation uncovered pervasive and long-standing off-channel communications. As part of the settlements, the companies admitted that their employees had used platforms like iMessage, WhatsApp and Signal to discuss business. The companies didn't maintain sufficient records, according to the SEC. The CFTC said it found similar violations. Other notable firms that agreed to settle on Tuesday included units of Bank of Montreal, Mizuho Financial Group and Société Générale SA. A BMO spokesperson said the company has made significant enhancements to our compliance procedures in recent years, and was pleased to have resolved the probe. Mizuho, Société Gen, Houlihan Lokey Inc., Moelis & Company LLC and SMBC Nikko declined to comment on Tuesday's announced settlements. A representative for Wedbush Securities Inc. didn't respond to a request for comment. An inquiry from regulators as they gather facts doesn't necessarily mean that an enforcement action will result, or even that the recipient is a target for investigators. As some of the filings point out, it's a wide-ranging sweep of the industry, and nearly all of the firms said they are cooperating. Brokers and investment advisors are required to monitor and save communications involving their business to head off misconduct. When they don't, regulators say it's harder to investigate any wrongdoing. Their work is made even more difficult when bankers use messaging tools that delete communications automatically. The Securities and Exchange Commission said its probe so far has found that off-channel communications were pervasive at some Wall Street firms, and it wasn't just a few low-level rogues. At some companies, the SEC found that senior managers were involved, including heads of groups, managing directors and senior supervisors responsible for overseeing the conduct of junior employees. Fines tied to unauthorized communications on Wall Street have topped $2.5 billion, and that's probably not the last of it. Filings and media reports show that regulators have quizzed more than a dozen other firms about the use of unofficial channels like WhatsApp, personal texts and email to conduct business. The list includes some of the biggest names in asset management, private equity and hedge funds, as well as smaller banks beyond the Big Six that have already reached settlements. Who's on notice? Apollo Global Management Inc. Electronic messaging channels. BlackRock Inc. Record retention requirements. Blackstone Inc. Retention of electronic business communications. Carlyle Group Inc. WhatsApp, WeChat and similar applications. Citadel. Unapproved channels. Fifth Third Bancorp. Settlement talks underway. Interactive Brokers Group Inc. Records preservation requirements. Invesco Limited. Investment advisors. Jones Financial Cuz. Unapproved devices, platforms. KeyCorp. Broker-dealer, investment advisors. KKR and Company. Business-related electronic communications. LPL Financial Holdings Inc. Personal devices and messaging platforms. Oppenheimer Holdings Inc. Broker-dealer, investment advisors. Point72 Asset Management. Unapproved channels. Robinhood Markets Inc. Brokerage Communications. TPG Inc. Retention of electronic communications. Truist Financial Corp. Broker-dealer, investment advisor, swap dealer. U.S. Bancorp. Broker-dealer, investment advisor. Voya Financial Inc. Thank you so much for watching this video. We appreciate your continued support and look forward to serving you with more exciting videos in the future. We hope it has been helpful in understanding the world of passive income and affiliate marketing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and comment below and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video from Passive Income Journey 777.